Connections is our time for the church to get together to share a meal, to grow together and to build relationships with one another, and to grow closer together with the Lord.
I have loved just the fact that there's church twice a week. It's wonderful to have Wednesday as like, this is going to be a time that we get to see people that we're forming relationships with and eat a meal and just spend time with this thoughtful, humble, committed group of people. It's been nice to kind of feel in a way kind of like carried along with the momentum that other people are bringing to it.
I got involved with Connections last fall because I had been isolated for over a year after COVID. I needed to be around people and like real live faces, hands, hugging people, talking to people, sharing a meal with people. So that's when I said to Jared, oh, you're doing Connections? I'll be there. I don't care what we're studying, I'll be there.
Every meal that we eat together with brothers and sisters, I think is a little reminder our faith is part of a meal. Every Sunday we take part in this meal. And those are little explosions of the kingdom every time you share a meal with somebody. And that's what we're trying to do on Wednesday nights.
I was talking with somebody about it today. Oh, we have a potluck. Yeah, we have a potluck every single week. It brings back memories for me of childhood where we had a Wednesday night dinner. It's a meal together and it's praying that you're gonna have enough. And it's seeing all the cornbread and no chili, and then the chili shows up, and seeing how the Lord provides enough for everyone.
So in addition to building relationship with one another, the other key piece to Connections is it's the vehicle for discipleship at Church of the Redeemer. We want to develop good, whole, thoughtful, confident Christians, and a big part of that is catechumenate.
I learned about Connections through having to come to, well, I can't really say I call it kata. It's been wonderful hearing from my peers, and it's been wonderful hearing from the teacher and learning so much about the Bible and learning about the Anglican way. And I just can't wait to be a full member and live and walk in that way.
Connections is a real gift as a clergy person too, for all of us, all the clergy here, to get a chance outside of a Sunday morning to meet with the people that are in our care.
So our first catechumenate, Dean Dan led, Father Jared. Now we have Deacon Buddy, Deacon Melissa taught a class, Bishop Allen taught a class.
Yeah.
And yeah, so you kind of get like this exposure to a lot of the church leadership.
Yeah.
And it's been cool to see how they're different, but also so focused on the same things.
We want our people to know and love Jesus. And so Wednesday nights is just another chance for us to come alongside people as they do that. And that's not to say that we have it all figured out, or we are perfect, or we have it all together. But it is a calling that we all share.
Just the fact that right out the gate, people who work here, and of course the other members of the church, but especially just like the leadership, making it a priority to really know the members of the church, the people interested in becoming a part of the church.
The classes are great too. We're reading the Liturgy of the Ordinary right now in the class that Ashley Davis is leading. I came from I was a biblical studies, theological studies major. This is what I studied. But at the same time, if you go back and look at the Old Testament and remember the Israelites, they forget. I forget. We all forget. And so it's a joy to be able to learn, to grow, to be together, and to be reminded. Every bit of life is the Lord's.
I was sitting in Lena's class and she starts talking about Sabbath is a commandment. And it was like, yeah, I've heard that 1,000 times. I've probably even taught it, but it didn't really register. Thou shalt not kill is weighted the same in the 10 Commandments as you will take hold of Sabbath. And that for me was just eye-opening. Really, really almost life-changing in that regard.
I've met so many people, and I have to say, I wish you all were walking around with name tags on, because I'm having the hardest time remembering everybody's names. And so many of you know me. And I'm so embarrassed, you know, but I feel like you love me. And I love you too. And that's what I've gotten from Connections. Nothing but kindness, nothing but joy, nothing but fellowship.
It is about ourselves and our own personal walk and our personal faith and our life together as a church. But it's also about our lives as Christians outside of the four walls of this church building. This is a matter of discipleship, and it's a matter of mission. That's what we're trying to do here ultimately at Redeemer, is to be able to be refreshed on Sundays or Wednesday nights, and then to go back out into the world to share our faith, to make Jesus known to people who don't know him.
I would encourage everyone in the congregation to come out and to pack out the greenhouse and to have fellowship with one another and to be with the Lord's body, because we need people speaking truth into our lives. We need people who know what's going on in our lives, and it gives you an opportunity in a very open, pressure-free, fun environment.